From its hippie beginnings in the groovy 60s to the trends of today, tie-dye is a fun, colorful form of clothing that continues to last through the ages. It's a unique form of textile dye where every piece you create is entirely one of a kind. There are countless dye patterns, color combinations, and clothing options to choose from when you create your custom piece. But the best part about it is that you can do it all from your own home. Today we'll be going over the materials and steps you'll need to create your own piece that's to dye for, and the stress relief benefits that you'll also be getting from it. And now we'll dive right into the materials that you'll be needing. First, you'll need something to dye. In this case, we'll be using just a plain white t-shirt, but you can do anything from socks to a tote bag to a mask. Pretty much anything. It just needs to be made of cotton and it needs to be white so that the dye shows up on it best. It's also really helpful to have a tie-dye kit to make sure you have all your necessary materials, but you can buy everything separately if you wish. Some other things that you'll need, which will be included in the kit, will be your dye, which most often comes in a powder form, and you'll add water to it in a squeeze bottle, but you can also get it in packets and then add it to a different bottle. And then you'll need your rubber bands so you can create your design, and your gloves to protect your hands. I like to do my tie-dye outside so I don't get my house dirty, and I like to put down a layer of newspaper to protect my surface. You're also going to need a Ziploc bag and a washer and dryer, and it's important to note that tie-dye stains just about anything it touches, including your hands, so you'll want to wear your gloves the whole time to avoid smurf hands, which I have had before. And now we're ready to create our design. There are lots of designs to choose from stripes to bullseye to ombre, but today I'll be showing you how to make a classic spiral. So you're going to want to have your white t-shirt and you'll lay it face up on your surface, and then you'll grab a little pinch of fabric in the center and you're just going to twist it around and kind of round the edges until you create your spiral. And then you're going to want your rubber bands. Today I'll be showing you 2 rubber bands, but previously I did 4. It just depends how many colors you want. You just grab it all and make sure it's flat, and then put the rubber band across through the middle. And then you'll take your other rubber band and do the same thing. So it'll kind of look like a little mini personal pan pizza with different sections. And now we're going to start actually applying the dye. So you want to squeeze it out of the bottle onto each of the little triangle sections, and you want to make sure you're getting in all of the folds to minimize the amount of white you'll have left over. So you can do that a different color on all of the little sections, and it's okay to let them bleed into each other. It'll just make it look cooler in the end. Then when you're done with that, you'll flip it over and repeat it on the other side. So now that you're finished dyeing, you're going to toss it in your Ziploc bag and let it sit for 24 hours or overnight just to let the dye sit in and absorb really well. And then you can unwrap it, take the rubber bands off, and rinse it under the sink to get rid of the excess dye. You'll want to wait until the water runs clear to make sure it's all out of there, and then toss it in the washing machine. And I like to do cold water with a little bit of soap, works really well, and then you can dry it. And then when you're done, end up with your new tie-dye shirt. This is the one that I showed you pictures of, so that's how it turned out. Not only will you be left with the shirt, though, you'll also be left with the feeling of happiness and lower levels of stress. Because tie-dye is an art has been proven to lower levels of cortisol in the body, which is the hormone that's responsible for our stress response. According to a Drexel University study, 75% of participants had a lower cortisol level in their body after participating in only 45 minutes of an art activity, which could include tie-dye. So you can benefit from these as well and get a cool new shirt if you decide to tie-dye. So today we've gone over the materials and steps needed to create are one-of-a-kind piece, as well as the stress relief benefits that it can give to us. So I hope you can realize that tie-dye is not just a passing trend, but it's also a fun activity to do at your own home to create your own custom clothing. And now that you know how, I hope you dye it for yourself.